Welcome to today's video where I'm incredibly excited to introduce you to an AI tool called Julius. So I'm going to be showing you exactly how it works and how we can leverage this powerful AI analysis tool to our advantage as project managers. So I've signed up to an account already and I'm going to be exploring with you some live data analysis. But before I do that, I do just want to quickly show you a couple of different things. So the first thing is the docs and the second thing is the use cases. So this is a tool that's been used by so many different organizations, whether they're kind of marketing, healthcare, academia, economics. These are just some of the use cases at the moment. And you can explore each and every single one of these and see how people are leveraging this tool. And what I really like about Julius, as we will soon see as I show you in the demo, is it's just very user-friendly. There's a lot of documentation, it's easily accessible, it's really easy to understand, and it gives you all of these example prompts which you can leverage from the outset. So this is a case study, and the way it kind of displays the case study is, it kind of walks you through on a step-by-step basis as if it were a project. So I really like that, and I would suggest that if you do consider using Julius, that you look at some of these use cases. Now, the second thing we have is the docs, and this again is just kind of further reiterates my point about what you can kind of do with this. It's also important to note that there is a ChatGPT plugin, so you can use Julius directly in there. And let's have a look at this question here. So examples of prompts to use with Julius. So you can connect data, list data, manipulate data, analyze data, visualize data, and this is where it's really, really useful for project management. And you can also download transformed data. So these are just some of the kind of frequently asked questions, but I'm going to explore Julius now with you, and I'll show you some of the other kind of core aspects of the tool as we go along. So I am signed into my account, and if I click chat now, it's going to bring up the main Julius interface. So as we can see here, it does actually work in a very similar way to ChatGPT. So on the left-hand side, we have this panel, and this panel is going to show us all of the different chats that we have within the tool. We can go back to these at any point. They're all kind of saved, and there gives you the audit trail. You can manage your account from the bottom left. You can refer to get some kind of money off. There is a free version of this tool, and there's also a paid version. So it basically depends on your usage. So do bear that in mind. I will drop a link in the description down below if you're interested in signing up for this tool at any point. It will be a affiliate link, but that helps support the channel. I'm using this on my day-to-day. I've actually just deleted all my chats for data confidentiality. But yeah, I do want to show you this tool, but that is also an affiliate link. I have to disclose that. There's also templates, and this is fantastic because what you can essentially do is you can replay a conversation, or in other words, you can save all of your kind of prompting and reuse it in the future. So it saves so much time. Okay, that's really, really good. All you need to do is click new template, you give it a name, an overview of what it looks to do, and then you basically add the different steps, hit save, and then you can leverage those templates going forward. Now, the docs in the bottom left, this is absolutely brilliant. I've never seen a tool with this much information at hand. You've got things like tips, use cases, as we've kind of touched upon, FAQs also touched upon. There's how-to videos, start guides, how you should structure your data properly to get the most out of the tool, etc. It's all here. It's really, really easy to use. But I'm going to open up a new chat just to show you how it works. Okay, so ahead of this video, I did create a dummy data sheet with data that I'm going to use it to analyze basically. So I'm going to open that up now just to show you exactly what it looks like. So if I click add files. Now the other thing which is absolutely brilliant is it stores your files, okay, and once you've uploaded them you can share from a URL as well, so you don't have to upload it directly into Julius. You could get this from a URL that's been, if your information's been held online. And obviously, as I've just mentioned, you can upload it. So if I click my files, so the project dummy data is here. So I've selected it, and then you essentially enter your prompts just like you would with ChatGPT. I'm going to provide a couple of different prompts to show you how this tool works. I'm not an absolute master in Julius. I'm still learning it. As with any AI tool, it's all about kind of testing and getting better in time. But I'm going to give you some suggestions for prompts, and we can see what we kind of get out and just show you the general use case of this tool and how it really works. So I'm going to say, summarize the data in the file. Provide me with actionable insights I can use for reporting purposes. And then you hit this button. And just like ChatGPT, you're waiting. So it gives you, this is the chat, this is the prompt, and you are now waiting for it to generate. While it does this, and here we go, it shows you that it's working. While it does this, let me just open up the dummy data just to show you what it looked like before I uploaded it. So for your information, this is the dummy data. It is, I've split it out in different columns. We've got, I'm not going to sit there and count them. I will use, so there's 10 columns, just count that there. We've got different, given different project names. We've got different project managers, lead project region. We've got a planned start and end date, a duration, a project status, budget, a project budget, an actual project spend, and an actual versus budget. So it's a kind of typical information. This is almost like a portfolio document summarizing all of the projects that we have ongoing at the company at the moment. As I say, this is dummy data, but I'm just showing you this for illustrative purposes. You may have a huge data set that you're currently working with, and as long as you can get it out into Excel, then you can use it with Julius. So let's head back into Julius. Okay, so what's really cool as well, before we delve into this, is it shows you the code, okay? So if I click show code, okay, it keeps jumping me to the bottom, but you can look into exactly what it's doing. It's obviously very advanced. It's Python, but it's cool that you can check that out. If you have any knowledge of Python, then it might be useful to refer back to. So, okay, so here we go. So it walks you through it step by step. So here is a summary of the data in the file, sheet 6. The data frame contains the following columns, so you can see it's picked it up. So it's just basically telling us, and it's still working. So as I scroll up, it's jumping back down. I might wait for it to finish. We can stop it as well. Yeah, let's just wait for this to finish because, as I say, it keeps pinging me back up. But from the outset, just kind of first thoughts, impressions. Look how much it's just containing here. Look how much analysis it's doing, and it's still going. I will stop it actually for now, so we can review what it's done with this kind of very basic prompt. This isn't a very good prompt, by the way. I've not been very specific. I've not asked for the type of analysis. I've literally just said kind of provide actionable insights. I mean, that does, there's a lot to ask really of the tool. I should have maybe been a bit more specific. But here we go. Count on missing values. Okay, so it's telling me that. Okay, it's telling me that some things are missing here. Here are the descriptive statistics for numerical data. Again. The average project budget is, so this is where it's good, okay? The average project budget is around 11,513 with a standard deviation of 28,318. This indicates a high variability in the project budgets. Okay, bit of analysis there. The average actual project spend is much lower than the average budget at around 2,310. See, this is a good insight. This is the type of insight you can provide to your senior stakeholders. The actual V budget column, which seems to represent the difference between budget and the actual spend, has a negative average. This suggests that projects are on average going over budget. This kind of information, imagine providing this to your senior stakeholders. Just this sentence in an email. Imagine that, how impactful that could be. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get to with this. Next, let's analyze the categorical data to understand the frequency of each category. Okay, that's going to be useless because every project should be unique. Project manager. In this file, there's a unique project manager for every project. It could be that you have, 10 project managers on 30 projects, as an example. And this would just show you the breakdown. Now, bear in mind that this is almost like a simple pivot table. But let's, this is just doing some analysis here. But let's delve deeper, okay? One thing I did notice, by the way, I'm probably jumping around a bit. In the tips, I watched this earlier. So it says something like, talk to Julius at a research session, gives you step-by-step instructions. If you get a bad response, try editing your previous query instead of sending another message. So in ChatGPT, you'd maybe refine it here. What it's suggesting is that we go back to the top. So I'm going to hit this pencil button. What I'm going to say is, summarize the data in the file. And instead of this, we're going to say something like, provide me with bar graphs, donuts, pie charts, plot graphs that summarize the key that we can use to report on the project performance. So a little bit more specific. Let's see what it can do. And this is where it's really, really beneficial. But like any AI tool, it's the prompts you use and it's how you use it, not necessarily the capabilities are there. It really is about your prompts. And this is where I would leverage a lot of the docs, okay? Especially the how-to videos. I'd walk through these first and foremost. There we go. There's so much in here. Start guides on Julius. You know, it's all very, very basic. Here's the visualizing data. Bar plots, line plots, histograms, scatter plots, pie charts. But let's go back. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so it's in the process. Okay, so it always starts with that. It always starts with it kind of pings back the file, if you like, just to show you that it's analysing it properly. It's almost saying like, I've seen what you've uploaded. This is what you've uploaded. Now I'm going to work on it. And it kind of gives you a running commentary, which is quite nice. The data consists of various project details such as project name, project manager, lead, project region, plan start and end dates, so on and so forth. Let's proceed with creating visualizations for this data. We'll create bar graphs, pie charts, and plot graphs to report on the project performance. Here's the plan. Okay, so here we go. Here is the bar graph showing the project budget and actual spend for each project. Nice. Useful. The blue bar, and this is where I like it as well because it explains it. So this isn't perhaps revolutionary. You could create this in Excel, but this is where you're getting the true value. It's the analysis. It's this, but also telling you. It's telling you where to look, and that's obviously the most important thing. The blue bars represent the project budget, and the red bars. Okay, fair enough. You could understand that from the axis, but this graph, it does jump around a bit. Bear that in mind. This graph provides a clear comparison between the... Okay, it didn't really delve into much detail there. Here we go, this one's nice. And all these can be downloaded. All of the, download as a doc. You can create the template from here. You can share it. And you can also use the snipping tool. And as I say, this is a free tool up until a certain point. So you've got you might as well test it. You might as well use it. And you might as well use, this is being used in so many different ways by so many different organizations. If you can master this, then you can take your analysis so much further than what you would be able to do in Excel. The problem with Excel is it's great if you know what you're looking to analyze and if you know what you're looking to do, if you know how to build these plot graphs, your pie charts, etc. You need to have a knowledge there, whereas this just does it all for you, okay? And it can bring out the key analysis that perhaps you don't know what to look for. So I really like that about it. So this is Julius. As I say, I suggest you head over there, link in the description to do so. It is an affiliate link, but I'll only obviously get payment if you sign up to a paid plan, and it's free for the most part. So it's worth a try. I'm not trying to sell it to you. It's just something that I'm using. It's something that I'm benefiting from. And it's something that my organisation is adopting. As I say, I've cleared all of my chats for data confidentiality purposes, and I'm still testing the tool. I'm still playing around with it, but it has been very, very effective for me so far. I'm using a lot of this in presentations. I'm sending a lot of this kind of analysis up to senior management. So actually, before we finish, look at these buttons here. So I let this prompt finish. Suggest prompts. Not satisfied, retry. Interesting. Visualize and keep going. So if I click suggest prompts, now this is where it's really cool because this is where the value is, okay? It's telling you how to analyze the data. You wouldn't know this unless you have experience, knowledge, but this has given us 10 prompts that we can now explore to really get the most out of this data. What is the average project duration? Who is the project with the most projects? What region has the highest total project budget? Show me a trend of project spend over time. Now, that's absolutely brilliant, particularly if your costs are escalating in your organisation. What is the correlation between project duration and budget overrun? Which projects are most over budget? Create a scatter plot of project duration versus budget. What's the distribution of project? So you can explore every single one of these as a separate prompt. You could, as the tool suggests, you could go back to the top and use each one of these one by one. I'd copy this into a document so you don't lose them if you are to do that. This one's interesting. You know, if you're working on a project team and you know costs are going up and you don't know where they are, or if it's down to an individual or so, you can run this analysis. So show me histogram, project budgets. Amazing. Let's just run one actually. And I'm going to put it down the bottom. It doesn't suggest that, Julius, but I'm going to give it a go. I want a trend. I like this one. Let's. But I'm going to, because I've got a lot of projects in there, create cap versus budget for the 5 longest projects. Because I want to keep this quite. I want to keep this quite small. I don't want it to go too bad. Let's see what happens. Let's see what it can do. So that's another little idea. Ask for prompts and then change them. You don't have to use them word for word. You can add things to them. You can change words. Okay, so just consider that as well. Now this is generating. I don't know how long this is going to take. Interestingly, it's given us a little chat name over here. Categorical data frequency counts. Okay. Apparently that's what we're doing. Here is a scatter plot showing the project duration versus budget for the 5 longest projects. Interesting. This just must be down to my dummy data. They must for some reason, well, this is where it just shows you dummy data is rubbish. It must be that all of my longest projects are 6 months. So that looks to be my yeah, it is. That's my fault. Maybe I should have said something else. But okay, that's why that's coming like that. But still, that could be really interesting. That could be really interesting. You can obviously specify particular projects in here. You could put for a range of projects. You could put for the full 20 projects, whatever it is. Let's try visualize. Give me another visualization to further understand the data. Again, really interesting prompt. Let's see what happens. And I know this video is probably going on longer than anticipated. In fact, I was probably going to stop recording a while ago, but that little button there made me want to continue exploring the tool. And hopefully, if you're still with me, then you want to keep on seeing what it can do as well. Here is a histogram showing the distribution of project budgets. Our dummy data is useless because this just it's doing what I'm asking it to do. It's just my dummy data is a little bit out. But this is the problem with dummy data. You likely have a lot more data that's just, you know, ready to be used and manipulated. But as I say, the description here is great. The histogram provides a visual representation of the distribution of project budgets. The x-axis presents the budget with that budget. The curve, kernel density estimate, gives a smooth outline of the distribution. This can help us understand the range and concentration of project budgets. Nice. What happens if I say keep going? I love that. I absolutely love that. Please keep going. Use your best judgment on what to do next. Feel free to use more advanced tools. What a brilliant prompt that is. I would never have thought to have written that. And of course, that's going to give us, you know, new insights. It's going to give us tangible, you know, new outputs that we wouldn't have got without it. So those 4 at the bottom look absolutely brilliant, by the way. So even if you put in a useless prompt like I did right at the start of this video, you can be saved. And that's the benefit of this tool. Here is a box plot showing the distribution of actual budget for each project status. Each box in the plot represents a project status category. The line in the middle of the box is the median of the actual budget. The box so it just explains it, which is great. You can use this in your, you know, with whatever you want to do with the analysis. You could even plug this in. You could probably plug this in to something like ChatGPT. You could stay in Julius, of course, as well, and you could work out a way to word the message to your senior stakeholders, your client, or whoever you want to update on your analysis. So, yeah, I don't want this video to go on any longer. As I say, one thing, the files are all stored. So this is where all my files are stored, and it looks like it's stored all the pie charts as well, which is absolutely brilliant. We can add more files here. So yeah, this is I hope this video was useful. If it was, please do hit the like button. If you've got any comments or questions, then do drop them down below. Do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and do check out my AI playlist if you want to truly leverage AI in your project management position. And with all that said, I suggest that you give Julius a try. But if you don't, I wish you all the best, and I hope you have an excellent day.